Welcome back to the channel, guys. I haven't filmed content for Monday ahead of time or anything. I'm just late. It's Wednesday. It's not Monday, but we're gonna do the Monday update on Wednesday today. Uh, Main reason for why I was late is just on Monday I got hemmed up with Facebook marketplace drama. So aside from that, I got two cards that are rare that belong to this week that we're in right now that technically I shouldn't add to the deck's weekly rare update, but I might anyway. Also, to give you guys an update where all the gold went quickly since you haven't been watching, because I haven't been putting it up, is it would be about 60k gold, but we spent 25,000 gold doing a draft and the qualifier event all in the same day, and I made 1,000 gems from the qualifier event and then like 300 gems from that third, I think it was my third Capana, Streets of Capana draft. I think I've done three now. So 3 drafts and a qualifier event is all I've spent my gold on. But the rares that we had last Monday should have a good chunk of upgrades, I think. Like, I did rare draft this week, like, so this week's starting to get more interesting. We're also in Diamond PvP, which, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it was hard to get into Diamond this week. For me, anyway. Like, all the black cards that I don't have, that everybody's beating my ass with, but I felt like the more stabilizing cards I could play, the better I was gonna do, and it's actually been working out. Like life gain, I'm basically running a life gain deck, but I'll talk about that in some other video, I guess. Alright, so where we're at is 190 standard rares, which, I mean, I got some, like, don't get me wrong, I got some cards to play with. Like, I'm content. I'm not, like, pissed off that I'm free to play and not spending money or anything. So let's go with rarity, rare, mythic. Alright, now I'm kind of blind, so I gotta scoot my phone closer to me. Let's see, there's one, which, when I first got that card, I used to use it. There's another. That's a Wrath that I haven't been using just because I don't like looking at it when it's in my hand, and I feel like I played so many games looking at it in my hand. I don't know much about this guy. I haven't really played with those colors. Basically only played with like red, white, every color but blue. Or, well, actually that's not true. I think I've played, yeah, I've messed with every color, just not green, I mean. Not blue. Green was the color I meant to say. See, we got a Lily. That was from the past. It was a mythic card where you get a mythic card from the past. Yeah, she was our mythic card. So that was pretty cool. Somewhere along the way I unlocked a meat hook. I think it was a daily IRC. Or ICR, I guess. Individual card reward. I just got this 2-1 today. It doesn't have haste, so I'm not like a big fan of it, like unless I had a bunch of vampires or something. I feel like I keep pulling those in draft, and I don't know what's going on. My brain only ever wants to play black-red whenever I draft Streets of Capana, it feels like. This was a card that I got this week too, so that red card that 2-1 I just talked about, and then this green land pull back card, and then a land that I keep forgetting to put in my decks I unlocked like yesterday. Alright, so there's a land. I was playing with Esper Control, but I just don't have the cards and the player skill to win with it enough. This is the other one from this week, I believe. I'm not sure anymore. They're just all going in there. That's what happens when we're 2 days late. It's a cat, it's not a werewolf. I wish I could unlock some more werewolves, but it is what it is. What else do I got flopping around in here? Definitely drafted that bad boy. Definitely drafted that bad boy as well. Haven't played with either of them. here's the land that I was talking about. So, from last Monday to this Wednesday, we made 14 standard rares. That is not bad to me. Like, when I would get off work and drive to the store and just buy like 30 booster packs from Walmart and clean them out just because I had more cash than knowing what to do with at the time. Yeah, it still would have been a lot to go to the store and find 14 packs of cards. Like, that's a lot of money. Like, so there's a lot of goodies here in my mind. 204. Yeah, definitely been doing well. I mean, we're in diamond. I look on YouTube and I see that a lot of people are still in platinum. So and you know, we definitely want to save. And they're still in platinum running like good decks, and they know what they're talking about. So like, I feel like I'm learning too while I'm getting beat up. That's what's really like, you lose a lot on this game, man. You lose like half as, feels like about as much as you win, but at the same time that can't be, or you would never get out of like, I guess gold PvP or whatever it is. But we're up to bronze 1 in draft. I'm doing a draft tonight when I get, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, tonight. It's probably tonight because all my chores are done on the game. I'll do another Streets of Capana one, and then that's probably going to be my last one, or one more. And then the rest I'm just going to do on quick drafts of Dominaria. But yeah, I would love to get into silver this season. That would be my goal. If I could hit, yes. Actually, I mean, I guess gold would be the real goal. Let's make gold our goal by the end of the season. That's 15 days. I don't think it can happen, but if I blow all my money during the 16th Friday when the Dominaria becomes quick draft, I think we could maybe, who knows? I don't know that much about how long it takes. Maybe we're just getting silver no matter how hard I try, and I need to conserve that because I want to make silver again next month, I guess. I have no idea. I'm not that up to date with what's going on draft. I need to watch more videos, but I definitely know what's going on in the streets of New Capana a good bit. And then the diamond tier, we're definitely trying to get to mythic this season. How am I going to do that? I don't know. I haven't crafted a single rare or mythic since we've been playing, but in order to get to diamond this season, I had to use pretty much all my commons and uncommons on new cards. There's a lot of really nice new cards. Like, let me just give you one example of a nice new card. I'll show you the deck that I get in diamond with in the end of this video. How about that? I don't think we have a big audience yet for Magic the Gathering on the channel, so we'll just kind of wing it. I named the deck Life Exchange because that's basically the principle. Is I'm trying to just exchange, you know, hit points. So when I'm playing, I really like, I'm just trying to stay alive from the start of the game. I've looked at it as decks are trying to beat me, so the only way they do that is taking my hit points to 0. So I really felt like I was losing games because I keep 2 lands in my hand and I draw a 3rd land till like the 5th turn of the game or something. Or I was losing games because, you know, aggro would have me at like 9 health before I could play my 2nd card or something. Yeah, and I started figuring out, how do I stop those losses? Meaning, how do you win a game that you didn't hit your 3rd land drop? The only way is with stabilizing cards. You have to have some sort of card that, like, when it comes into the game, like, even if it's something as crappy as this, it's at least coming down, gonna eat some card from their hand, or burn some card from their board because you block with it, and it's gonna draw you a card to give you a card to catch back up, and give you 1 hit point that might make up for, like, some red aggressive attacker that was gonna get through anyway. Like, these small little increments are crazy. So anyway, cards that I crafted, look at that bad boy. Now, you want to know what's so special about this bad boy to me? It's the same mana cost as a Warden. So many people already have wired into their brain when you leave 4 mana up that, like, oh man, he's dropping Warden. Like, oh well, I don't want him to Warden, you know, my werewolf Planeswalker since it's nighttime and she's gonna come down as a 5/5 super crazy, so I'm gonna like play this other werewolf and try to get him to, you know, Warden that. And then it's like, you don't even have Warden. It's my woman. I was gonna edit it out, but I don't even feel like it. Anyway, as I was saying, uh, on top of that, if you're in those situations where just removing the guy that's about to hit you in the face isn't going to be enough because you're so far behind in the game, like, O-Ring's not going to save you in that situation. Like, Warden had a good thing about it too, which is it could gain you 2 life while also getting rid of the problem. This can do the same thing. This gets rid of the problem, but also gives you 2 life. So there's a lot of times where they're not counting on you removing 2 people if you already have Warden out. That's a better example. If you already have Warden on the field and you got 4 mana up, they're not like, he's not playing another Warden in X. And then Sheoldreds. Yeah, that's another good card. Sheoldreds, man. I don't have Sheoldreds. And these people that play Sheoldreds, they don't realize that, yo, I may be tapped out right now because I did some cool shit on my turn, like maybe play a big flyer. And then you play Sheoldred on me, and I'm like, oh, you think you're slick because you normally wouldn't attack with her anyway, and you would just sit back and eat the whatever. I can just draw step, pause the game before I draw, flash this in, exile your Sheoldred, I gain 2 life, I draw my card. You now are trying to play, whatchamacallit, the invokes to get your cards back. This, you may think that's good for you, Black, where you're like, oh yeah, well I get to invoke and get that off the board and get my Sheoldred back. It's like, no, Ro, what you don't get when you invoke is that I save 2 HP from your invoke. I stop you from drawing another card. If I also have a creature out, your invoke becomes 2 HP in a 1 card. All of a sudden, we're in money, man. Like, this card, phenomenal. So yeah, I've definitely crafted some commons and uncommons from the new set. I crafted a bunch of these, and then I went back down to where I only used 1. Now the reason why, I don't know. I would probably run Duress's main board, but I don't have any unlocked, and I ran out my wild cards already before I got this far. Now the reason is because basically this is just always a card for card, and honestly that's not what's good about it. What's good about it is the information. Like, if you played a forest and I turn 2 this on you because I'm on the play, I now know if you're like an enchantment deck, or you're a creature deck, or you are freaking junk reanimator. Like, I know so much information right away on like how I need to play my game. Do I need to worry about being aggressive? Do I need to dig deep for lifelinkers? Like, basically I just need information. So that's all I was running the card for, is information. So it really got down to where it's like, it's good for 1 card anytime I draw it. It doesn't always have to be turn 2. But for whatever reason, even when you only run 1, the game still wants to give it to you every turn 2, it feels like. I can't say the deck is in any way, shape, or form the way I would normally build this deck. This deck is the best way that I was able to stabilize in Platinum PvP rank with the cards that I personally own. That's why we go over this every week in the cards that I unlock. Meaning the cards that I unlocked this week, that land I just showed you guys, it belongs in this deck. It belongs in all my decks. Why? We can talk about it when we get it in here. Alright, so the reason why is it's any land I need it to be pain land. How about that? It's like a pain land that's a pain land anytime I need it for any color mana. But here's what I don't like about it. I don't like that you can't use it for mana at all, like colorless. But what I do love about it is you're never gonna lose that game because you can't cast, your Liliana turn 3 because you don't have a second black source and you only have 2 whites, or you're never going to not be able to cast your, whatever that 1/4 please eat a cut down, or whatever that black card is, and just buy me a turn. But really the deck's surviving on this guy running an extra land so that you always hit your land drops, and then having the ability to sync them into that card, this card, or this card, and also having this is basically just filler to make sure you hit your land drops. I've never once got to flip it over yet, guys. I've been playing with it for a week. I never once got to turn it into a 3/3, so I don't know, I guess I'm not paying attention to my opportunities. There's been plenty of opportunities where I'd have Leon attached to a flyer, and I'd be like, if I attached him, and paid 3, I could convert the guy. But then I'm like, what if they have removal and now they just get my Leon, which I had hidden behind a guy specifically for that. Like, people might meat hook, people might wrath, and your Leon could just be behind it, unless it's like a farewell wrath. But he also just shuts down so many decks. Like the blue decks, guys, there's so many blue decks where they're playing all these cheap spells early, and then they're beating you down with a 20 flyer because his power is equal to the instants and sorceries in their graveyard. Not if every time this guy hits the field, he eats every single instant sorcery in their graveyard, like, because you're literally like, what's there better to do than just eat that counter spell and, like, play into another one? No, like, why would, if you can land this sucker, you're gonna sink your mana into him every turn against control. Like, anyway, guys, that's what I'm doing in standard. In the Dominaria, I guess I'm cutting a Plains. It looks like I had one of those, so yeah, I'll try that out. Maybe in a week I'll be like, I hate this card because I always draw it and I'm always taking 6 damage a game off of it. But with this deck, you have so many ways to gain life back. I really love this card. I really love that having 2 of those is almost like having 2 extra of these, except it gives me the flexibility to hit Planeswalkers. It gives me the flexibility to hit that red enchantment, that Arcane's, what, Ascent, I don't know what it's called, Ascension or something, that just, once that thing cracks off, man, it cracks off. So, like, those kind of things, I don't want to lose games to BS. I want to get beat. I want to be mad because I suck, or I want to be mad because, I mean, actually, I don't even want to finish that sentence, because I was going to say something about, like, when you're stuck on 4 lands, and you're deep in a game, and, like, you can't hit the 5th land, but you were winning, so it's like, it's all about, like, you don't think that ever happens to somebody else, you better be able to get your emotions together and stabilize. You better be ready to hit that land 4 turns late, and play from behind, and muscle out that one win, that you're like, man, actually, like, a lot of people just gave it up. Like, no, that's how you rank up, I guess. And then test your ideas as soon as you reach the next rank. Meaning, like, right now I'm in diamonds, so I'm going to be able to test, like, my control ideas. I'm going to be able to test my whatever against better decks than I was able to do it in platinum, because that's how I see it, and that's what's working for me. So if you're following the channel, hopefully every week we can upgrade and give better information. Now we got the camera on screen so people could stare at my nose, my eyes. My camera's over here, but my cards are down here, so it never looks the same. I wish I had, like, 2 cameras or something, but at the same time I'm doing everything on my phone, and if I flip my phone around, I could show you, or instead I just show you, I use, like, one of these pillow pads to hold the phone, so that way it's not all over the place. But anyway, yeah, man, I wish I had more Lilianas. I definitely went with Hero's Downfall over that card that was costing me 2 life. And the reason for that was I just had so many other 2 drops that basically removing on turn 3 is totally fine with me. Meaning, like, turn 2 is an opportunity to either, like, if I'm going against a slow deck, get a second tap land out, or it's an opportunity to, like, slide some crazy card out, like a 1/1 guy that if they kill it later, it comes back on one of my lifelinkers and pulls me right back into a, like, game that I might never had no business winning. Like, maybe I'm out of cards, aggro's out of cards, this is in my graveyard, and I top deck, this guy. It's over, man. Like, no, I don't get to instantly pull that from the graveyard onto him, which I don't know why. I think it should, but I guess once it's in my graveyard, it counts back as the normal permanent creature. But anyway, if I have something like that guy or this guy as a top deck, and I'm able to just, we're real late in the game, you put that double strike on him, oh man, it's over. Like, it's nuts. And then having all the ability to gain life makes this guy a draw engine late game. So I've noticed that most decks have an answer for this guy in, like, turn 2 and 3. This isn't my turn 2 and 3. If I play him turn 2 or 3, I promise you I played him specifically because I want to block. Like, that's it. Like, I don't want to do any, like, this is my draw engine later on in the game when I have a lifelinker out or something, But anyway, guys, this video got twice as long as it should have been. Plus my woman tried to tell me she loved me, so yeah, I'm gonna save and exit with the way it is, and we'll tune back in hopefully for some more when I get back on the streets. Later, guys.